right. Tanisha, please tell me your full name, your title, and the company that you work for.
Tanisha Ross. I'm the Senior Manager of Operations Engineering at our rocket factory here in Decatur, Alabama. And my company is United Launch Alliance.
Fantastic. Tanisha, tell me a little bit about your job. What do you do? What does your day to day look like?
Well, my current role, like I said, Senior Manager of Operations Engineering. Day to day, I'm in charge of all of our welding engineers, test engineers, because we have to do our testing of the rockets before we ship it to Cape Canaveral or Vandenberg Space Force Base, industrial engineers, and some of our test technicians. So I got a handful of responsibilities. One cool thing about this role is that when I started here in this company, it'll be 25 years, May 10th. I
Wow.
started out as an electrical test engineer, and now it's come full circle for me. I'm a senior manager over the test engineering group. So pretty good. I think I like the way it turned out.
Absolutely. That's basically the American dream. I mean, that's a legacy you can hang your hat on there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You should be so proud. So,
I
so
am.
tell me this, which letter or letters in the phrase STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, most apply to you and your job?
Oh, we all of them do, but I would the T for technology sticks out for me, and the reason why I chose technology is because of the satellites or the payloads that we launch um, enable us to do this Zoom call. I'm sure it helps you with your forecasting. You can see the storms, you can track them on the radar. GPS, we launch the GPS satellites that allow us to use our cell phones, Google Maps, whenever we need directions, and you name it. So technology is all around us, and then the satellites or payloads that we launch actually enable us to have some of those technology features. So the T stands out for me, and it's T for Tanisha.
A little bit of a double there, and I like both reasons the exact
Absolutely.
same. So, Tanisha, this is an incredible career. Your day to day is so complex and so helpful, like you talked about, to so many different people and organizations. Walk me through what type of schooling you had to go through, what type of degree you had to get to this place.
Okay, so I'm a proud graduate of Alabama A&M,
Whoop, whoop.
class of 1999. I have my bachelor's degree in electrical engineering, and so that's what got me in the door here at United Launch Alliance almost 25 years ago. But one cool thing that my company offers is tuition reimbursement. And so not only did I get my electrical engineering degree, I also have a master's in computer information systems, and then I have an MBA with a concentration in project management. So that the engineering degree helps cover the technical piece, but
Hmm.
the business allows me to interact with the customers, understand how we get contracts, and then that also opened up doors for me to work in a corporate office in Denver, Colorado for 13 years. So for 13 years, I left Alabama in 2008, went to corporate to spend some time there to learn and then to grow, understand the business. And now I'm back in the rocket factory as we continue to build our new Vulcan Centaur rocket. I came back 2 years ago. So all of those degrees helped me get my foot in the door and then allow me to have opportunities continue to grow and learn and then go from an intern to a senior manager in this wonderful company.
Absolutely. That's incredible. I love that. So, walk me through at ULA. Is there one specific project? I feel like you kind of just touched on it, but one that you're perhaps most proud of in your career?
I am. So on the I think 28th of next week, we're going to be launching our last Delta 4 rocket. And it's being replaced by the Vulcan Centaur. And that was the very first rocket that I worked on. So we're doing the sunset of that program. So starting my career on that rocket and then actually being able to work in a rocket factory because when I was younger, I had a guidance counselor, tell me to set goals that were more realistic when I told her that I wanted to become an engineer. And so
Wow.
going from that to being in this factory to see the first Delta being produced, and then coming up on the last launch. That had to be the most. That's the full circle moment for me in this industry, in my career.
Absolutely. And I love that you didn't let that comment get down. You know, there's always something that somebody says to all of us in every field all over the world that kind of takes the little chip off your shoulder, you know, and kind of makes you feel a little
Hmm.
bit less about yourself. But I love that
Yep.
that fueled you and you said, "No, actually I'm going to prove you wrong, and not only am I going to do this, I'm going to be at the top of the company doing it."
Exactly, and that's why I spend most of my time on the weekends, going out to schools, going out to some of these camps to speak to young people to let them know that no matter how hard things get or how you may feel discouraged, you're in charge of your own destiny. You're in charge of your career. So I use it as a motivator, and I'm going back out to the community to let young people know, hey, you may hear things. I heard them too. I didn't listen,
Hmm.
and I continue my journey.
A living, breathing role model. Absolutely. I love it. So, you've sort of touched on this as well, but tell me what the best part of your job is. If you have to pinpoint exactly one part that gets you out of bed in the morning, what would that be?
Of course, seeing rockets, but the people. I love people. I'm a social butterfly, but the people. We all come from different backgrounds, religions, you name it. And we're all different. But when we're in the mood to problem solve, launch rockets, we all have one goal. No matter how different you are, where you come from, we all have a common goal, which is to build these rockets and launch them successfully for our customers. And the people are what get me going. I didn't do well during COVID because we were at home, but I was so happy when we came back into the office because it's the people and the passion that these people have, including myself, is what actually gets me up and going every day. So I'll have to say the people and the teaming environment. You can't do anything alone.
Hmm.
Teamwork makes the dream work, is what I say. So it's actually the people for me.
That's awesome. And that's so true. You know, there's that expression, sharpening friends. Show
Hmm.
me your friends and I'll tell you all about who you are, you know? So that's a
Yep, exactly.
yeah. So walk me through what some of the challenges are. What are some of the emergency one, priority one issues that hit your desk every day that you have to overcome?
Absolutely. So each day before we leave, and every day in the we first get here first thing in the morning, we have our meetings. You have your senior leadership meetings where we report up to the VPs what our plans are, as well as we have our local meetings on, okay, what do we plan to accomplish in production each day.
Hmm.
And so you always have a plan, but the minute something goes wrong, you have to divert, get together, work that anomaly, work what have you, and then to get back on track. And so we have a busy schedule here. Like I said, we got launch coming up in a couple weeks, and then we have another certification flight of our Vulcan Centaur rocket coming up later this year. So it's making sure that we understand the problem, even though we got off track for the day, and working safely to get back on track. But you can have a plan all day long, but it doesn't mean everything is gonna go right. So it's just taking a step back to regroup, recreate your plan with your team, and executing, and safety first in all things that we do. But yeah, I'll say those are some of the challenges. Is, of course, when things don't go right, you just
Right.
have to take a step back, get a detailed plan, and then continue to have daily tag ups, and routine tag ups with your team to make sure that, hey, I know we said this was the plan. Are there any need helps, any barriers? Because I'm trying to get out of their way so that they can do their work. But what can I do as your leader to help you stay on track? And so those are some of the challenges that we face. But like I said, we have a great team here, and we always seem to get through those challenges together.
Yeah. Sisha, I'm actually so glad you said that because in the course of all of the different Girls Club interviews that we've been doing, the one thing
Hmm.
that comes up every single time is as much as I'm a woman in STEM, arguably more than that, I'm a problem
Hmm.
solver. And more than my
Yes.
degree, more than my calculus, my differential equations, my whatever, I use problem solving every single day. And that's exactly what you
Yes.
just touched on.
Yep. No, I'm glad that's the consensus, and everybody's saying the
Yes.
same thing, even though we have different careers and in different industries. Glad to see that they're on the same track as I am.
You're in good company.
Thank
So
you, thank you.
I have a feeling I know the answer to this, but Tanisha, would you
Okay,
pick your career at ULA all over again?
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Wouldn't change anything about it, but I would absolutely choose this career again.
I love to hear that. Okay, one last question for you.
Okay.
If you had a message for young girls or young students in
Mhm,
general who were wanting to join the STEM force one day, what would that message
mhm.
be?
Dream big. Dream big. Always work hard. Create a plan, and once you have a plan, just start executing. Utilize your resources, your friends, your teachers. Start participating in some of these free events that we have around the Rocket City, around the country. The more you know, the more you grow, and I do believe that exposure is key.
Hmm.
So if you have an idea of being in STEM, I know I got interested in STEM when one of my social workers asked me what it was that I wanted to do when I grew up. I really didn't know. And she sent me to an engineering camp at actually University of Alabama in Huntsville when I was in 10th grade. And I went to that engineering camp and I got exposed to all the fields of engineering. And that's when I narrowed down my engineering field and my career choice. So I said exposure is key. Get outside of your comfort zone and start going places to take advantage of these opportunities. But if things start to get rough, challenging, I have a tattoo on my arm that says keep going, and it reminds me every day that no matter how hard things get, to always keep going. And it's not going to always be easy, but just hang in there and keep going and utilize the resources that are around you. We're here to help.
Absolutely. It might not always be easy, but it is always going to be worth it, right?
Absolutely, yes, ma'am.
Tanisha, thank you so much for your time. I know how busy you are, so I don't want to take up any more of it, but this was incredible. I so appreciate you sharing your time and your expertise with us.
No, thank you. I'm so honored. I see you on TV now. I get to hear your voice in person. So no, I appreciate everything, and blessed to have this opportunity with you guys.
Absolutely. We are equally as blessed. Have a wonderful day today.
Hey, thank you. You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.